Hello, hi there. Welcome back. I've got a treat in store for you today. Jane Ray's Cinderella, an absolutely beautiful work of art this. A three-dimensional fairy tale theatre, it says on the outside. And here's Cinderella in her beautiful dress. And when you open it up, oh my gosh, look at this. You get the most beautiful theatrical sort of diorama here. Story on these sides, but here this 3D world is created and it looks absolutely stunning. It looks very much like a theatre. In the sort of Victorian and Edwardian times, they'd make toy theatres for children to play with, like with sort of prosceniums and stages and often little moving characters. They were made, I think, by a company called Pollux in England, and they were absolutely beautiful. And they're in museums now, and normally in the V&A Childhood Museum, I think. But these are absolutely spellbinding. It's beautifully made. The detail, the arrangement, the composition, the witty, lovely. Here's Cinderella with her brush, her broom sweeping up the ashes, and here are the ugly sisters, one scoffing chocolates or cupcakes rather, and the other one, look at her, you can see her reflection in the little mirror here, the other one admiring herself in the mirror while Cinderella works out of a pile of washing here for her to do. I used to play I Spy with this book with my daughter when she was little. We'd play I Spy. You know, I spy with my little eye something beginning with M, a mouse, and there, if you look carefully, you can just see a mouse coming out of a little hole, or a starling here on the path outside through the door. You can look through the window and see the houses outside, the washing on the line, every leaf on the plant, every blade of grass. A beautiful, beautiful book, and it goes on. It goes on. Look, here they are getting ready, getting their pompadours ready, the wig put on. Here she is awaiting her wig. In those days, men and women would wear fancy wigs when they went out to big smart events. And here she is waiting with her bustle, waiting for her dress to be put on her, the makeup on the cheek, everything just incredible. Here, the fairy godmother with her magic wand turning Cinderella's rags into a beautiful dress. The lizard and the mice here below waiting to be turned into footmen. Look at the beautiful design on Cinderella's dress. I'm amazed at illustrators like Jane Ray, and I mean there's other, Emma Chichester Clark is another one who put in such detail. I mean this is just fabulous, the pattern here. She could have been a designer, a fashion designer, all sorts of things, but I'm so pleased that she's chosen this career as an illustrator and a writer because it's brilliant. Here we are at the fancy ball. The story is lovely. Most children will be familiar with the story of Cinderella, of course, but it's just the theatrical nature of this production that's absolutely brilliant. This is like a serrated edge here almost to give you the real sense of grandeur at Prince Charming's palace. And there are all the musicians playing away with the conductor, all the ladies in their fine wigs and the gentlemen with their monocles and ribbons. This is my favourite one, I think. The nighttime scene, the clock having struck midnight, Cinderella dashes home. Sorry, I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of balancing this book up so you can see it. I've tucked it behind my head there, as you can see. Isn't that spectacular? You could spend forever looking at this beautiful piece of artwork here. The glass slipper on the step, the stars in the sky beyond, the spires, and there's the city clock just visible there, indeed showing midnight. Wow. And there's one last page. Oh, my arm is getting tired from holding this up. There we go, Prince. Look at the look on their faces. Can you see that? The look on their faces, the horror that they exhibit when they see that their horrible stepsister is going to marry Prince Charming. Look at all the fruit. I don't know who this gentleman up here is, this rather dashing gentleman, but here is the prince, kneeling before Cinderella as the moment itself happens. Wow, what a book, what a wonderful book. I love this. Let me just fold it back up so it doesn't get damaged when I put it back on this shelf. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I could just spend forever looking at this. Jane Ray, what an achievement. It's brilliant. Please do. I mean, track down anything that Jane Ray has done, because they're all equally beautiful. She's a fabulous illustrator and author, but this, I think, is especially wonderful. So there you go, Jane Ray's Cinderella, a three-dimensional fairy tale theatre. Cheerio, bye-bye.